Thank you very much. So we're going to change this up a little bit. I'm going to ask Heather to introduce the students when the time comes, but I'd like to start and ask Linda Newton, who is the chair of the Adventure in High Tech program, to explain exactly what that program is about. And if there's somebody that would also like to talk very quickly about the Adventure in Citizenship program, that would be much appreciated also. So Linda, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Great, thank you very much, Jim. And thanks everyone for sharing the link. I'm really, really pleased to see that you've got two of our students presenting for you today, and I'm very interested to hear what they have to say about the program. It's been going for over 30 years, as some of you may know, but what's been unique about COVID is it finally forced us to take adventure in high tech. And so for the past 2 years, we've ran a virtual program, which has allowed us to increase the number of participants. It's allowed us to bring speakers from across Canada and the US. And this year, it actually allowed us to go international. We had 3 students attend from Uganda with an organization I'm involved in Kamengo, and 2 students attend from Ghana, one from the Philippines who was up in the middle of the night, and someone from Dominica, because our club has been partnering with the Rotary Club of Orleans to help with distance learning in Dominica. So it's a fabulous program because the intent of it is to get students to understand that a career in high tech doesn't mean you're sitting behind a computer coding. You know, high tech is involved. It's in everything that we do. I mean, we couldn't be doing this conversation without high tech. And so we've tried to diversify the program, and and going virtually has allowed us to do that, where we've brought people in that obviously we've had the gaming speaker, which everybody's interested in, but something as simple as devising apps for warehouse technology, which was a speaker we had last year, autonomous vehicles. So I think the students got a lot from it to make them realize that if you aren't the coder in the world, that's okay, because you can still have a career in high tech. And I don't want to steal from our 2 students that are going to talk. So it'll be interesting to see if they touch on some other aspects. So and hopefully we'll have you back again. We've decided that this is the way we're going to go with the program. We're going to keep it high tech and keep it virtual. Perhaps try to get it a little bit even more engaging in future years. So I don't want to steal their thunder. I'll turn it over to them.
High tech. I forgot to unmute myself. What else is new? Heather, would you be kind enough to maybe just very quickly fill us in on the Adventure in Citizenship, and then introduce our guests? I don't know which order you want to do this in.
Perfect. I only wish I had thought to ask somebody who runs the Adventures in Citizenship to introduce it, because I won't do it justice. But the Adventures in Citizenship program has been around since 1951, and it's put on by the Rotary Club of Ottawa. And there's a video, actually, I'll send it out to everybody afterwards, but they have a video from the 2021 event. And they have all kinds of really neat speakers. They had the former Governor General Adrienne Clarkson, the Right Honorable Joe Clark. They had Ed Broadbent participated in the program with students. It was also delivered online this year, given COVID-19, but just a really amazing adventure for students to learn about government, to learn about citizenship. One of the things that they get to do is, or at least in the past, they would get in to sit down on citizenship court and watch people becoming Canadian citizens. And you think about, most of us here were born here, and we were just lucky enough to be born in Canada. And there are people who are actively choosing to become Canadians. So anyway, I just think it's a fantastic program. So I'm just going to add them in. Just give me 1 second. Sorry. A little hard to. Where's Mahan? We've got Matthew and Praga. Perfect. So I am really pleased to introduce our 3 students who participated in 2 of the adventures this year. So we have Praga and Matthew, who both attended the Adventures in High Technology. And then we have Mahan, who also who attended our Adventures in Citizenship earlier in the year. So what I'll do maybe is I'll start with Adventures in High Technology, and we'll go ladies first. And I'll turn it over to you, Praga.
Hey, so hello, my name is Proga, and I just firstly wanted to say thank you for the Rotary of High Tech for this opportunity. And the reason why I asked my guidance counselor to participate in this club is because in the future, I want to become a computer engineer, and I want to learn more about what type of engineering exists in the world. And I just wanted to explore a little bit more in the high tech world. And my favorite my favorite part in this journey was especially when the organization of the Relish Club studio, when they were speaking about game animation and how engineering works in the production of shows. And I kind of want to be part of a community where like I could give enjoyment to little children by animating and producing games. So that was really a big highlight for me. And I also love the presentation from Telesat because I like space and I like that the presentation was very engaging and many people were responding and answering the questions. So that was really fun. And one thing I will remember the most from this presentation was the Cardsland University and how their programs, they have so many options for engineering and how we could have a really high score, and their campus are really good. And I kind of really want to go there in the future once I'm done with college and high school. And that's all I really wanted to say. And I wanted to say thank you again for this opportunity. And it means a lot to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Praga. Matthew, how about you?
Yeah, so just to be clear, can you hear me, by the way?
Yes.
Great. Okay, so when I'm looking up here, it's because my screen is broken and my webcam is very low. So if I keep on addressing up here, don't be weirded out. I'm sorry about that. It's just how it is. So I'd like to start off by saying I had no idea what the Rotary Club was before I went into it. And honestly, I'm very glad I had no idea because it really helped me open my eyes to what I was doing, because I was asked to be in the program because I'm kind of, I've always been kind of a techie kid. I've liked programming and like I've always been into that, and I've always had my life set on being like a program designer, or so sorry, a video game designer or something like that, right? So I worked hard towards that, and people knew that at the school and they asked me to join. So I joined and I was really looking, so I looked at the criteria and I was really looking forward to the video game design. But what I didn't realize is how much I would learn on topics that I had no interest in at all at the time. You know, like to point out a few, I really enjoyed the autonomous vehicles presentation. It really helped me learn about something that I had no idea about, and it helped me really understand what I, like certain problems that I had not thought about before I went to this meeting, and it really helped me understand what I was missing to create a career in this field. It was interesting. So yeah, so honestly, this project has really opened my eyes to all these fields that I could enter, and it's helped me decide what I want to do with my life. So it's been very beneficial.
Super.
Thank you.
That's great. Thank you, Matthew. And Mahan, how about you for Adventure in Citizenship?
So also like Matthew, when coming into this program, I had no idea what Rotary Club was. One day, my history teacher asked me if I wanted to take place in the program, and I said yeah. And I'm glad I did, because it was such an amazing program. And like you said, there were so many speakers. I got to speak to 2 prime ministers, 2 ex-prime ministers, to so many people from the Senate, citizenship judges. And I learned a lot about how the political system in Canada and about the Senate and the House of Commons and how laws are created. And not only that, I also learned about how people become Canadians and the process of becoming a Canadian. And I myself, I wasn't born Canadian. I became Canadian when I was 6 years old. So it was such an eye-opening thing to learn about. And other than that, I made a lot of new friends. I remember we had 2 days where we would meet in little groups and we would discuss COVID-19 in Canada and how to make Canada more eco-friendly and how to implement more laws concerning the environment and all of that. And at the end, all the groups would meet together and we'd have a little debate, and all of that was really fun. And I met a lot of new people, and it was really an eye-opening process for me.
Cool.
That's great. Thank you so much. I've just realized that Bob Hillier is with us. Bob, I'm wondering if you can actually maybe say a couple of words about adventure and citizenship.
No, I'm a Rotarian. I didn't attend Adventure and Citizenship.
No, but aren't you from the Rotary Club of Ottawa?
No, Rotary Club in Canada.
Oh, okay.
Adventure
Sorry
and
about
High
that.
Tech.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm mixing up my Rotary clubs. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm just gonna find my
Leave them on.
What?
Yeah. Leave everybody on because I think this might be a good time for a few questions and answers because I always have questions, you know that. And any one of you can kick in on this. I've got a two-part question. The first one is, I'm assuming that for all of you, this was all online. Nobody ever met in person. And then, and how many days or what kind of time period did this take place over?
So
How
if
about
I
you,
remember
Matthew?
So I remember correctly, it was 3 days, and I'm pretty sure we were in the same time period, so it wasn't too difficult. But it was great that we got this opportunity because otherwise we wouldn't have been allowed, right?
And how many hours a day was it?
It was including breaks like 4 or 5 hours.
Maybe 6.
Yeah, around that.
Oh, so it's 3 full days then.
Yeah, jam-packed.
Okay.
It was a Sunday to Monday, so we maximized the weekend so that the students didn't lose a lot of time.
Okay.
Saturday to Monday.
Saturday to Monday, right? Saturday, Sunday all day, and then half day Monday.
And these programs have all been initiated originally from the clubs in Ottawa?
Yes.
Okay. Now, and are there other programs like this that other Rotary clubs do, or Rotary? Honest to God, I mean, here I am, vice president, and I thought these programs were part of Rotary International's doing.
No, nothing like this is in Quebec at all. Like there's nothing like this in Quebec.
Kingston
From
does
what I know.
Kingston does an adventure in history, and somebody does adventure in the environment, don't they, Sue?
Yes, Cornwall Club does the adventure. The Kingston is adventures in history. Cornwall is adventures in the environment. The 2 Ottawa ones are adventure, the 2 original ones.
Now you learn something every day. There you go. It's amazing. When I said earlier in the meeting that, I'd like you to speak and talk about it a little bit, I figured, well, for our newer members, they've never heard of this stuff, but I'm sitting here feeling like I'm an old fool for not realizing exactly the origins of this. I think that's terrific. Does anybody else have any questions or comments at this point? And the crowd went wild.
So are you going to tell all your friends about this so that next time this comes around, we'll have more students interested?
Absolutely.
Yes, for sure.
I will be bragging about this.
We are, for the 2 of you from Adventure and High Tech, we're just experiencing some difficulties getting the presentations online because we're in the middle of creating a content learning system so that it'll be there in perpetuity, and it's a volunteer that's doing it. It's Eddie Vallarta. So it's taking us a little longer. Last year we just slapped them up on the website and that was it, but we want to make it a little bit more sustainable. So you will eventually get access to them, we promise.
How can students can apply this program? I mean, how do you announce this program?
I was the registrar this year for the Adventure in High Technology, and basically I sent an email to every president in our district and the 2 districts on either side of us. And I invited all Rotary clubs to seek out students that might be interested in attending. And that's how we got our candidates, through you, the Rotary clubs. And we really appreciate your club's support of our program.
In that case, here's a question for Heather. How do you go about approaching the schools?
So what I did is actually reached out to our local schools, Karen Allen and what's her name, Miss Moreno at Westmont High have been excellent in providing fantastic students like Praga, and also I have a relationship with I think he's the Dean of Students, Paul McDougall at St. George's. So that's where we got recommendations for our students.
And am I to understand that these three, these are the brightest, and these are
the best and the brightest? That's correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because we're very elite.
They mentioned at the beginning that none of them had known of Rotary or what Rotary did, but they also mentioned the word COVID. And I had my 3rd booster shot in Coburg, Ontario, on 20th December, in a fantastic, very modern community center. And guess what? The Coburg Rotary Club were running the whole volunteer system for that test.
Oh, wow.
And they'd recruited something like 1,000 people to help out and do that. And it worked like clockwork. Actually, I was 2 minutes late. I got there for 10:55. And I didn't get vaccinated until 10:58. I said, terribly slow. Anyway, that was something that I was amazed that coming Coburg's obviously quite a reasonable sized town, but they've obviously rallied the forces around, and they did a great job of doing it.
Not letting these 3 get off this easy. More questions. You've just learned about Rotary or for the first time. In terms of what you've seen or what you've learned through Rotary right now, what would you suggest that we do as the Rotary clubs to let people like yourselves know about Rotary and the programs that are available? What should we be doing?
I gotta think about that one.
Well, in my opinion, like, because it wasn't really like an announced thing to the school. Individually, my history teacher let me know about this. Maybe like if more students are made aware about this.
Okay. And yeah, I'm just thinking maybe we should be talking to more schools and getting and explaining the information to the educators so they can bring it to the students.
Yeah, it was a very selective process. So if you were trying to reach out to a larger demographic, maybe like a public announcement with open doors would be good.
Right. Okay. Thanks for that. If there's nothing else, I'm going to hand it back to Heather.
I just want to thank the 3 of you for joining us today. I know it's here we are. We're entering calendar year 3 of school online. I don't envy you guys to have to start all over again online. So I'm wishing you the best academic year ahead of you, and to take what you learned in your adventure and apply it, and just go out and be great people. Remember how we started off our meeting. We always recite our 4-way test, and in the things we think, say, and do, is it the truth? Is it Oh, shoot, now I'm gonna mess it up. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendship and is beneficial to all concerned? So think of that with your with everything that you do and your school year ahead of you. And thanks again for joining us. And I want to thank Linda and Sue for joining us as well. We hope to have you back. That would be great. And we would want to really help push your program because it's really a fantastic program. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
So I will stop the recording. Okay.